For those that are, struggling to find purpose, what would you say to them?
I would say just start somewhere. It doesn't have to
Hmm.
be this big grandiose thing. I'm not asking people to put their lives on hold and pick up and move to the middle of the forest in Congo or Uganda with me and live with a hunter-gatherer tribe. Like I'm not telling people they need to do that, but it needs to be something, right? We can all fight for someone or something. And even if that fight is just for one person, one at a time. And so have your head on a swivel. That's honestly, before I went to Africa, it started at a children's hospital. A dad invited me to come visit his son who had a traumatic brain injury, who was a fan of my fighting, that watched me on the Ultimate Fighter TV show. And I went there and it changed my life. Light bulb moment. I left that room and the nurse handed me a pamphlet saying, "You did a great job in there and you should do it more. And you should come back and be a volunteer in the oncology unit. We could use you." And so it turned into 1 day a week, 3 days a week, 5 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. Then going to their Christmas parties or having it there, me dressing up literally as Santa Claus. And I have a picture of that. So you can start small in your local community, in your backyard. That snowballed to the Denver Rescue Mission with the homeless. And then that turned into an at-risk youth group in the inner city. And then I went over to Africa and had my life just shook up and changed and given the greatest purpose that I know that I could live for right now. But that even turned into keynote speaking and like sharing how I've learned that I can make and create an impact, and how that can change and transform and go well beyond my own life. It can have this snowball, or in wrestling we call it chain wrestling. How can you link the chain together from this moment to this
Hmm.
moment? And how do you be a well-rounded fighter, but how can you be a well-rounded human and put love and compassion in action? And how can you fight for people? And how can you advocate and be a voice for people? And how can you honestly, I think that's part of leadership, right? Leadership is having a heart of service, not leading from the back and cracking a whip, but being willing to roll up your sleeves, get down into action, show people. Like there's a John Maxwell quote that just came to my mind, and I don't know why, but it's a good one. It's a good leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So it's very proactive. It's very
Yep.
involved. And it's
Yeah.
very like, get your hands dirty, jump in the trenches and like be part of the change. Don't be on the
No.
side.
Yeah. No go and show. It's all action.
Yeah.
All action. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I never thought this would be part of my journey. And I didn't plan to bring this up, but I started at the children's hospital, and then all of a sudden they needed a Santa Claus, right? So that's actually me. I've been doing it for 11 years now. And that's for foster care kiddos there. This is at a children's hospital. So all these fun opportunities just they come up, where if you have your head on a swivel, you're just looking to make a difference, things will come into your path and opportunities will spring up. And if it feels like it resonates, where it's like, you know what, I could actually do that. I could
Yeah.
play a part. I could have a role, and I could brighten someone's day. I could lift them up. And as you lift up others, it actually lifts you up.